Number 7. Hello, Peter. To your knowledge, if we are able to build the first city with the technology of today, if possible, and have it operational, how much of the jobs, services would be automated, and what field of work would you see the majority of citizens should or would engage in? You stated in an earlier address that the citizens of the first city would most likely be people who have technical skills to further the system and technology that the city is founded on. How skilled does a citizen have to be in the field to be able to meet the, for lack of a better word, standards in the first city? Okay, there's a little confusion here. The first city is a research facility. It's not a city where people live. So people that work in the first city are scientists that engage in everything that's relevant to it. And I can't go on a massive list of all the things that will be relevant to the city. I think I've done this before. Obviously, we have all the general facets of social architecture required to keep things going. Agriculture, food production, automated, of course. The focus is on automation, efficiency, sustainability, and everything is streamlined as technically possible. The skill sets would come from robotics, city planning, engineering, molecular engineering in the future for absolute sure. As far as a larger society issue, which I think is the more pertinent question, people will move away from the drudgery of repetitive labor. Basically, everything that you see that's repetitive, from people waiting tables, to people driving cabs, to people fixing airplanes in the same manner, to mechanics, all of that can eventually be automated. It's only the extremely complex, highly changeable occupations that we have to find more apt solutions for, which will come in time. As of right now, I think we can remove probably 80% of all mechanical labor through deliberate automation. And people at that stage will go into research. That's really where the human mind should be anyway. It shouldn't be in plowing fields and elevator men as used to exist. It should be in thinking and using their brains and eventually interacting with a database system, as we've described before, which can help assist. Wolfram Alpha is a good example of a primitive form of this that's come into fruition. There's a lot of things that people can do, but basically it comes down to research and thinking. It'll also have tremendous outgrowth of creativity, and all sorts of social paradigm shifts that we can't even imagine today as far as the way people choose to interact with each other. It will be an entirely new culture. A little bit of a tangent there. As far as the first city, this will be technicians that have a very deliberate role, as I've described before. Robotics, engineering, systems planning, electricians, everything that would relate in a technical construct. I think just about all fields eventually would come into play that relate to science, at least in the applied sciences. So I hope that answers your question.